Steelers done had a busy offseason, haven't they? And they've had some significant additions to their team, mainly on the offensive side of the ball. You look at, before they even acquired a quarterback, they added DK Metcalf. And I was like, okay, that's a nice pickup right there, because you got a DK Metcalf, you got a Calvin Austin, you got Pat Freiermuth. So the Steelers, they offense, they got some names, and they got some players, and they got some playmakers that can help them get that job done. But then we thought, hold up, but they ain't got no quarterback. Who gonna be throwing them the ball? So who's that gonna be? And the Steelers were patient, and they were even more patient, and they were probably a little more patient than they should have been. But they finally ended up adding Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, okay, I respect that move. Reason being, because with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and us as Ravens fans know, the Steelers, they've, ever since Ben Roethlisberger retired, they've just gone through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. And we ain't complaining. We applaud it. Keep struggling at the quarterback position. But they've been through a lot of QBs, but none of them have been able to get the job done. None of them have been a long-term solution, and we love it as Ravens fans. The Steelers fans obviously don't. But at the same time, while they have continued to struggle at the quarterback position, they still been splitting a lot of games with the Baltimore Ravens. There have been times when the Ravens have struggled with the Steelers even without a quarterback. So when they added Aaron Rodgers, I was thinking, oh, okay, hey, that's going to have to make the Baltimore Ravens step it up that much more. Aaron Rodgers with DK Metcalf and the rest of them. But the Steelers said, hold up, we ain't done yet. And let's look at their most recent addition. And there you have it. It is official that the Pittsburgh Steelers are acquiring cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Now, I don't even want to hear that talk from some people. Oh, man, Jalen Ramsey, he washed, he fell off, he ain't even all that, he ain't nothing, because y'all know me. I definitely ain't going to say it, because I was somebody that would have loved for the Baltimore Ravens to have acquired Jalen Ramsey. He was somebody that I would have been all for that. The only thing I felt was holding him back, which was a pretty big deal, was his contract. We knew Ravens weren't going to trade for Jalen Ramsey on the contract that he was on. So the only way I saw them possibly acquiring him was if he were to be released. I mean, you see what happened with Jaire Alexander. So something similar to that. But obviously it didn't happen. Now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. This makes the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ravens matchups, it'll make them that much more fun, because Jalen Ramsey, they didn't just add a good player, but they added a good player who he going to talk his talk. He going to try to get in the head of Rashad Bateman, of Zay Flowers, of Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. Jalen Ramsey going to talk, man. But it's important that the Ravens, they going to talk back. It ain't going to be like, oh, Jalen Ramsey do all the talking, the Ravens just sitting there listening. No. It's going to be important that the Ravens, they continue to bring their A game. Because with the Steelers, like I said before Aaron Rodgers, before Jalen Ramsey, and also before Jonnu Smith, who's a nice tight end as well, the Steelers, they had already given the Ravens problems. Now, Ravens obviously got them last year with Russell Wilson and company, and Ravens got them, 2 out of 3 times last season. But still, this is a different Steelers team now. And this is also, it's pretty much the same Ravens team, but they added even more firepower. So it's not even a thing where I'm like, oh my goodness, these Steelers, they adding so much and I'm just shaking in my boots, even though my boots are on the ground. No, it's nothing like that. But at the same time, I feel like you do got to still respect it. Because when you add playmakers, when you add even better to a team, then that makes them that much stronger. So Ravens just going to have to be extra on point. Now, with the Steelers, while they did add this offseason a DK Metcalf, a Aaron Rodgers, a Jalen Ramsey now, and Jonnu Smith, they took away as well. And they took away a significant part of their defense, that being Minkah Fitzpatrick. And that one really surprised me because with Minkah, us as Ravens fans know, Minkah Fitzpatrick is a baller, man. He's a baller. And he may not be the same safety that he was about a year or two ago, but that boy is still a baller. But they traded him to the Miami Dolphins. So while the Steelers, they did get better, in little ways they got worse. But one thing that I'm wondering, especially with Jalen Ramsey, we know that he can bring so much versatility to this to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Will they have him be a safety now? I wonder if they're going to do that, especially with them sending Minkah Fitzpatrick down to Dade County. I wonder if they'll have Jalen Ramsey officially make that switch to safety, because he can do it. He can definitely do it. He got every single tool in the world to be an excellent safety. But will the Steelers make it official? Or could they have him play a little bit of both? I guess we'll see. But as far as the Baltimore Ravens, it's just another speed bump that you got to get over. Another hurdle that you got to clear. That being the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Ravens, they did a lot of additions this offseason. They've done a lot of things to make their team a lot better this offseason. But Steelers trying to show like, hey, we done made some moves as well. We've made it to my favorite part of the videos where we feature your questions. Send me an email at teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. Or if you're a Team Keep It Clean patron or want to become one, go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids and you can send your question on there. First question came from a newer Team Keep It Clean patron, my guy, Mikey J. He said, Pittsburgh versus Baltimore corner rooms. What's up, Ingraven? What's up, Mikey? He said, with the Pittsburgh Steelers newly acquired cornerback Jalen Ramsey. So he literally just sent this just now. He said, does that raise any concerns for our Baltimore Ravens? Oh, my goodness, the timing. The timing. Perfect timing. That's what we were just talking about. And, yeah, it just makes us have to step it up that much more. But, see, the Baltimore Ravens, it's like they already prepared for this because they already had Isaiah Flowers, Rashad Bateman. They already had a Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. They already had a Derrick Henry, Keith Mitchell, Justice Hill, and obviously a Lamar Jackson. Pat Ricard, too. I can't forget about Pat Ricard. And then the physicality of Charlie Cola as well. And he got some hands, too. But then they also added a DeAndre Hopkins, too. The offensive line, they have continuity along that offensive line. So Ravens, they prepared for this. But with TJ Watt, him holding out, ooh, I love that. Hey, hold out as long as you want to, TJ Watt. You want to hold out until the season? You want to request a trade? Do all that stuff. But anyway, no, but Ravens, they're prepared for this. Like we talked about earlier, like Ravens got to bring their A game, but they are in a situation where they have all the tools that they need to overcome the Steelers. He also said, what do you think about it? And he said they still have yet to re-sign TJ Watt, and they traded Minkah Fitzpatrick away to get Ramsey. Do you think Mike Tomlin is playing chess or checkers with this move? I think he's just trying to get better. They're just trying to get better. And again, like I said, they've been floating around. They're always floating around 500, like a little over 500 every year. But I think he's just trying to add a couple more pieces to where they can be significantly better than 500. Will it work? We'll see in a couple months. He said they have Deshaun. Oh, I forgot about Deshaun Elliott. And he just got re-signed to a contract extension. I forgot all about. Thank you for bringing that up. Completely forgot about him. He said they have Deshaun Elliott and Juan Thornhill as their safeties, but rotating JPJ, Slay. Oh, yeah, they did add Darius Slay too. Man, see, I have forgot about a lot of these people. Thank you, man. I appreciate this a lot, man. He said, and Ramsey could be interesting. Unless they get TJ Watt back, it won't mean a thing to me. Oh, they're going to get TJ Watt back. They're going to get him. He ain't going nowhere. But if you want to go somewhere, no problem, but he ain't going nowhere. He said, love our rivalry, but still willing to bet the Steelers will go 9-8 or 10-7 as usual. First round exits and back to the drawing board next season. Hey, let's hope so. Next question came from my guy, Michael T. He said, first off, thank you for great content over the years. Hey, I appreciate that, Mike. He said, but my question is, what will Tyler's contract look like? We hear a lot about Mark and Lamar's bad game against the Bills, but Tyler didn't have a good game either. Bad snaps and was getting bullied a little bit. Oof. Hey, something that I always forget about. In that playoff game, for the Lamar Jackson fumble, it was a bad snap from Tyler Linderbaum. But with our guy Linda Flinder, man, if everybody was just defined off of one game and one game alone, a lot of people wouldn't be getting contracts. But it's not about that. It's about the overall performance. And Tyler Linderbaum has been a breath of fresh air ever since the Baltimore Ravens first drafted him. He really has. He's been excellent. Yeah, he got his moments here and there, but every player does. But he's been excellent. He's given the Ravens consistency and continuity at the center position, and that's something that before him, they really didn't have, and they really needed it. Does he have a bad snap every now and then? Yeah, he does. But quarterback could have a bad throw every now and then. Running back could not see a hole every now and then. A wide receiver may drop a pass every now and then. So stuff happens. But is your overall body of work great? Yeah, it is. So with his contract, I think he'll definitely be. Will he reset the market? Yeah, a little bit, because it's all about who gets paid more recently, and he hasn't gotten paid yet. But I mean, he's due now, so Ravens could get this thing done at any second now, and I think that they certainly will. And it's a more manageable, not more manageable, but it's going to be a lower contract than like Super Duper Kyle Hamilton. It's going to be much less than that, because safeties are getting paid way more than centers are. But with Tyler Linderbaum's contract, I think they should be able to knock it out of the park. It will, yeah. When they say reset the market, that's when a contract is significantly higher than the previous contracts before. So I don't think he'll reset the market at center, but I think he will definitely top what the most recent center got paid. Next question came from Kai. He said, "What's up, man? What's happening, Kai?" He said, "Haven't been on here in a while, but now I'm back in the spirit of football. The way the season ended last year really hurt me." I understand. I get you 1,000,000%. It hurt a lot of us big time, especially the wait and for it to be on a drop like that. Yeah, that was painful, man. He said, "I had to step away from all things NFL. I'll still drop some likes here and there, but I haven't been viewing and seeing all our new picks. I thought I'd check out an old favorite." He said, "My question is, with this new rookie safety, do you think him and Jaire will have an immediate impact, or should I lower my expectations? I'm thinking we will be like the Legion of Boom, hard-hitting DBs and ball hawks." Yeah, I think they'll both definitely have an immediate impact. You think about Jaire Alexander, him had been the best corner with the Green Bay Packers. A lot of times he didn't even see action his way because they want to go attack all the other corners because Jaire is so good. They're like, "Oh, we ain't throwing his way. Let's go to the other side." But now you think about him with the Baltimore Ravens. If he can bring that same Jaire to the Baltimore Ravens, then they also got a Marlon Humphrey. They also got a Nate Wiggins. So we got like 3 excellent corners right there. One of them not even in his prime yet, that being Nate Wiggins. This is just his second year. He did a phenomenal job last year, man. He did a phenomenal job last year. So, yeah, I think he'll definitely make an immediate impact in this secondary and this defense. They're going to be legendary, man. Next question came from my guy, Chauncey. He said, "First of all, it's dope to see the channel continue to grow over the years." I appreciate that, Chauncey. Thank you, man. He said, "No cloud chasing." He said, "No cloud chasing, keeping everything clean, no ridiculous clickbait, just good Ravens content." I appreciate you, my friend. He said, "We have a great roster, in my opinion. If we had to add one more position to complete the roster, what would it be?" I would say a left guard. I think, and Voorhees, he's probably going to be the guy. But I would say, yeah, a left guard would be the one, in my opinion, because that's still kind of a question mark, even though, again, Voorhees is probably going to be the answer. But if they could add somebody there, I think that would really Ravens, again, like you mentioned, their roster is already great. But you add a left guard then that would make it even better. He said, "Also, I'm going to double down on this being one of our greatest drafts ever." Oh, okay. All right. Hey, we're going to see. But it's all about immediate and consistent impact for a draft to be great, in my opinion. And he said, "Like Lamar will be in number 8 after this season, I'm out." Ooh, that's one of them things that if you know, you know, baby. Next question came from my guy, LT McKinney. He said, "What's going on, man? I hope all is well." What's up, baby? He said, "I wanted to ask you the same question that I asked Kevin Ostreicher." Shout out to my guy, KO. That's my guy, man. But he said, "What do you think about Mark playing fullback instead of Patrick on some plays?" He's talking about Mark Andrews, it sounds like. But anyway, he said, "Hear me out. We could still run with Mark, and the play action release routes would excel for Mark. We could motion him out wide for mismatch purposes and take a person out the box at the same time." Oh, yeah, he would draw a lot of attention if they put Mark Andrews at fullback. But I think teams will be eyeing that. They will be eyeing that. If they see 89 lined up at fullback, they say, "Oh, yeah, we know he ain't staying back there. We know he ain't going to be blocking for nobody. We know that he going to be going out to catch a pass for sure." But at the same time, if they did that, then they would have Isaiah Likely at tight end. Or I think something else that they could do to continue the mismatch game, you could have Charlie Kohler at fullback. Like, you could actually mix and match with all of our tight ends, putting them at fullback, because you will still have 2 other good tight ends that could get the job done at the tight end position, while still having that third tight end, or whoever that guy is at fullback, he could have the option to do his thing too. So again, Ravens offense with all the skill that they got skill and they got depth, so that makes them even much more dangerous. So I like that idea. Next question came from JR. Shout out to Jim Ross. But he said, what's up, man? Hope everyone is doing well today. Last day of June. Hope all my guys' mental health is okay. Yeah, now, with that, I know June was Men's Mental Health Awareness. You ain't got to just do it in June. Yeah, you ain't got to just do that in June. Do that all the time. Always check on your mental. Always check on your people. Check on your fellas, your ladies, everybody. Because everybody, we all got mental stuff that we got to deal with. So check on your people, man. Anyway, he said, but to my question, do you think Lamar Jackson could possibly go for a Jackson 6 this year? He's had multiple times where he could have got it, but it declined. So with this team, do you think he can go for 6 touchdowns? He could have done that. He could have done that years ago. He could have done it, for sure. So no doubt in any of our minds that Lamar Jackson could do a Jackson 6. Yeah, no pressure at all. Because, yeah, like you mentioned, he's had opportunities where he could do it, but he ended up sitting out the game. And that's because, the Ravens, they were up by a lot. They blowing the team out. But, yeah, he got all the opportunity in the world to go for a Jackson 6.